Rihanna.
Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Pickle.
Dapper.
Thank you. You look amazing. Can everyone see your little Union Jack ring? Show it to camera one. What a lovely touch.
I think the British flag is the most fashionable flag there is.
We get that a lot over here.
I'm not even from here, but like everything I see with the British flag, whether it's a purse or a ring, I just want it all the time.
Now, Rihanna, let's talk about you and not our flag. Congratulations on the award. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good right now. You know, earlier today, we just got back from the Grammys, and I had to learn my entire performance yesterday, so I was really nervous. I wasn't even talking, but now I can't shut up because I had fun on stage, and I just won a Brit, so I'm really excited. I had a great night here tonight.
Now, I'd read, I don't know if this is true, I hope it's not, but you've been a little unwell. So not only have you come from the Grammys to the Brits, done an amazing performance and won an award, but you've done it feeling slightly under the weather.
Yes, I'm currently fighting bronchitis and laryngitis, but it's fine. I don't need to tell you all that pity boo-hoo stuff.
Well, what a total professional.
I'm a lot better than I was earlier this week, so I'm here.
We're pleased to hear that. Briefly, a word on the one and only Tiny Temper doing so well. How do you feel about that?
I love Tiny Temper. Yeah. We went on tour together when I was here touring last year with Last Girl on Earth tour, and he was incredible. I love his songs, and the one he just performed is one of my favorite Tiny Temper songs. I just love that song.
Something I'd like to share with you all at home, I'm sure you already know this, but Rihanna is the nicest human being on earth, and even took the time to kiss the floor manager, who I've been working with him for 5 years. I don't even know his name, to be fair, so I could learn a lot from you. Rihanna, I'm going to go and let you relax, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Back to America now. I'm going and head to a plane right now, in this gown.
Thank you for popping over and doing such a wonderful performance.
I couldn't miss it.
After the Grammys, we went out to L.A. Reid and Jay-Z's dinner. They hosted a dinner together, and then we went to Drake's after party at a club, and we had fun. We had a blast, you know. It was very much a surprise that, you know, to win, because with the Grammys, it's really tricky. It's difficult to win one, so you just have to go into it not expecting to win. So it's always a pleasant surprise, and we were definitely pleasantly surprised. I just bought a new home, and we're still working on getting it furnished and put together and all the renovations. So when I move in, I'll figure it out. It has to be a special spot. A collaboration between Gaga and myself would be really cool, because we do a similar type of music, and we both really love fashion. So I'm sure it'll be a hot video, but I would love to collaborate with her. Actually, when I'm getting dressed, I'm really inspired by, first, my mood and the occasion. Every time you see me, it's a different color, a different shape, a different style, because we just go off of instinct. Whatever we feel that very moment, we just go for it. Creatively, fashion is another world for me to get my creativity out. Singing is a career, you know. I love it. It's a passion. Fashion, however, on the other side, I don't work in fashion, in that world. It's something that I enjoy. I enjoy music also, but it's more liberating. You know, it's more freeing, because you just get to display how you feel inside with clothing, and putting it together is also a whole other thing. It's another way for me to just be creative in a fun way. We start a tour this spring in April. We start in Europe, and it's going to be a world tour. So it's going to be long, but I can't wait. I can't wait. But we've never done a tour to this capacity, which I'm very excited about. Like, the production is unbelievable. The costumes, we just took it to a whole new level. Visually and sonically, it's going to be a big step up from the last time. We just keep growing. Every time we keep growing, and this time it's like a massive, massive production that I cannot wait for. When we first made Rated R, I kind of braced myself, I prepared myself for it to be a culture shock to people's ears, especially my fans who are used to the type of music that I have been doing so far. So I knew it would have taken a while before people got into it and got into the new music, the new sound, the new look, and now people are getting it, and it's the best feeling. The album is doing really well all over the world, and that's the best revenge. Movies is definitely something that I want to get into soon. My ideal role, I actually love comedy. I love it, and I'm like a prankster, so that's the whole new world that I'd love to venture off into. But action and stuff like that, things that are cool, like comic book movies, stuff that's interesting.
Rihanna is in the building. I cannot believe it's been so long that we have done this. I was thinking about it the other day. I think that we haven't done an interview. We've been in same places and parties and I've seen you, but we haven't done an interview since your hair was long.
Wow.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Wrong. It's just wrong.
That is wrong. And we hung out so many times after that.
How long has it been since the haircut, the infamous haircut?
It's been over 2 years now.
The haircut was a big transitional point for you.
It was great for me. I let go of a lot of things when I cut my hair, and it was a liberating moment.
I'm thinking about you, and I'm coming here, I'm getting ready to interview, and I'm wondering, how is your spirit after all of everything that you've been through in the past year? Like, do you feel like people are looking at you, wanting to know stuff? Like, do you feel that pressure of being that person that was involved in that big scandal? And
I mean, I won't say it doesn't feel like pressure. More at first, a lot of people were staring, and it felt really
whispering.
Yeah, that felt weird because I was like, why are they looking at me like I'm this little sorry victim? And I know where it was coming from, but I didn't like the feeling. But now people can tell I'm in a much better place.
You seem
I think
super
than I've ever
comfortable
been in my life, because sometimes you have to go through really bad things to come out of it a better person, and it's been a learning experience ever since that happened, this whole thing.
You say people look at you like a victim, but you kind of are, or were at least at one point in this.
Yes, technically yes, right. But I don't.
But
like
you don't
that
walk
feeling,
around
and I
feeling
don't,
like that, right?
And I don't like the things that are attached to that.
Right.
It's negative. It's weak. And that is just not how I think about myself.
How you want to walk around the streets feeling like that. And the album, the music, none of it doesn't feel your presence. I don't think I ever noticed the light. You've went from dark hair, dark clothes. Now she's light hair, white Band-Aid.
I wish y'all could see Angie
hair.
hair. She's talking about me, but y'all should see Angie's hair.
I got a new haircut.
She has the bob, guys.
Is it a bob? It's not a bob.
It is a bob. You need a twit pick.
It's like an asymmetric. I don't know what.
Yes, it's hot.
You like it?
I love it. I was gagging over it a minute ago.
I just want you to say it more. Rihanna is in the building with us with her BFF, who I thought, because I saw her name on the thing.
You thought she was my lover? Because that's what everybody thinks.
Well, I'll get to that also, but I saw her name is M. Ford, and I thought maybe you were hanging out with Melissa Ford, the video girl, all of a sudden, that
really?
she was your new BFF. Different Melissa Ford.
Yeah, this is more my type of BFF.
And she's not your lover.
No, she wished. I'm just kidding.
She said she wished.
Look at her face.
Wait, are you the girl in the picture? Because isn't there a picture of you grabbing a girl's boobies online?
There are tons of those pictures. I
What
grab
is
boobies
it?
all the time. I'm obsessed.
What is that?
I don't have much, so anytime I see a good rack, I'm like, wow. I wish mine looked and felt like that.
So you just go touch and feel.
Women are beautiful.
See, but what raises
I'm not into them, but they're
you're
hot.
not into girls because you play around because you say you want to play a lesbian in a movie.
Yeah,
then
it's
there's
a good part to play.
And then there's a song, the Te Amo song, right?
Well, the lyrics in Te Amo definitely let you know I'm not.
Yeah, but it kind of plays.
Well, it plays. It really is about. Well, sometimes when you go in a club, there are those girls who make out with girls or whatever. And, whether you're straight or not, they will walk up to you and flirt with you the whole time. They will pull at you and put their hands all over you and dance. And it's like, you entertain it because you're just having fun, but that doesn't mean that you're that way.
Right.
And that's what that song really is saying.
But there is some entertaining and having fun with it, which
Hey,
will
there's
then...
nothing wrong. Girls just want to have fun, Angie. What?
Okay, but you have to be aware what the headlines will then read, right? You know what... You
they
know what
read
the
what
headlines
they want
will
to.
read.
I just have to live my life because they're hardly accurate.
What do you, I was thinking about this too before, like even before this whole thing happened with Chris, you have been, from the time you started your career, there's always been things kind of thrown at you. First it was you were we're going to break up Jay-Z and Beyonce. That was the first thing that you had to deal with. And I'm sure just being a new artist, that was uncomfortable for you. Even Jay has said that he had to be like, yo, stop acting crazy.
Yes,
It's not true.
He did. He had to. He actually had to say that to me because I kind of started to get weirded out by this whole thing. What the hell was a rumor? That was like the first thing,
Right.
and I just started, so I just ignored it.
Then there was photos that were leaked. Your photos.
Oh,
You remember those?
which ones? The hot ones?
Yeah. The ones with you grabbing your buttocks.
Okay.
They were kind of hot.
They should be hot. They were from my boyfriend at the time, so I mean, if you don't send your boyfriend naked pictures, then I feel bad for him.
So you weren't freaked out or
Trust me, I was. It was like the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to me. Like, I just felt like my whole privacy was taken before that. And then when that came out, I was like, oh, great. So now there's nothing they don't know about me and my private life. And it was humiliating and embarrassing, especially my mom having to see that. And it was 2 days before Mother's Day, so I was like nervous. I sent her flowers first before I called. And then, she texted me. When the world is against me, she's always there supporting. If it's wrong, she would still let me know, but she wouldn't come down on me like, oh my God, what were you thinking? She was just like, you're an adult and you're going to have to deal with things that adults deal with.
How do you feel like the world feels about you now?
I am misunderstood a lot at times. My music, my image, people have their whole thing about me, whether it be me being a devil worshiper or whatever.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I'm just being me, and I'm just living my life and making music the way I would without any influences, just me and my personal life, and the album is definitely like that. It's very fearless, and I said everything I wanted to say. I even cussed a few times.
Yes.
I'm not really
You're such
excited
a
to
little
hear what my
potty
mom
mouth,
has to say.
naked, lesbian, flirting. I don't know who you are, Rihanna. You're supposed to be this little sweet little girl from Barbados who, I don't know what happened to you.
At 17, every 17-year-old is supposed to be sweet, but I'm 21 now.
I had Chris here when we did a big interview, and I felt like at that point he had a lot of things to explain because the public hadn't heard him. So we got into it a lot, but I feel like you have pretty much said your piece about what has happened. I think you were very forthcoming on the Diane Sawyer interview. But what I didn't expect, number one, was that you would tell so much detail about the evening, especially because everybody had been pressing Chris because he was doing interviews first about details and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then you were very open about that. I was surprised that you did that.
Yeah, and I was very hesitant to ever talk about it. Even then, I didn't want to really get into it, but there are young girls out there who need to hear this. So that's why I even did the interview in the first place.
Right. Then you got some just from the internet, just from me reading blogs, reading comments. I guess people, maybe some especially Chris Brown fans, might have expected you to kind of almost protect him.
Yes.
In a weird way. Do you feel like that?
Yes.
Do you feel the flack from that coming back from that side?
Well, I saw it and it tripped me out because a couple of them I know, but I expected that. It's an obvious thing to do. They think that I have an agenda to destroy his career, and that's not what that interview was about for me. There are more creative ways to do that.
Right.
That interview was solely about these young girls, just inspiring them and being the voice for them and talking about my situation so that they can have something to hold on to. A lot of girls, the hotline went up crazy because finally they had the opportunity and the courage to call the hotline and say, I'm going through this, I want to get out of this relationship. I mean, women that wanted to commit suicide. So say what you want, but we're saving lives here.
And the last thing, because you were saying that it was, I forget your wording, but it was something about the fact that you were both in this kind of dangerous relationship with each other, an unhealthy thing. Do you feel like you have taken responsibility just for not what happened to you, because there's nothing that you could have done that would deserve that. But just in terms of being in a dysfunctional relationship, do you think that there's something that you learned from that you could have done differently?
I definitely learned. My whole relationship with him was a learning experience for both of us, actually. And there was a lot of like insecurity and a lot of control issues, which I already spoke about. But that definitely for me was a learning experience, because in relationships in the future, I know how to watch out for certain things.
Right.
A lot of those were signs. And I learned that in the end. You know, I couldn't tell, but
There were signs.
there were signs. There were signs.
Wow. I'm holding in my hand a copy of Rated R, where the back has her buttocks out, smoking a cigarette. Shame, bad role model, Rihanna.
I actually
Shame on
made this
you.
just for my mom, this whole thing. If you take a close look at all the pictures, this is really for my mom. I don't even know if she saw it yet.
What are you talking about? What part? The part with no top on?
Every page is dedicated to my mother. Don't you see? There's fur, there's cigarettes, there's tits, there's butt, there's... Wow.
So are you a role model or are you not a role model, Rihanna?
Well, what's your definition of a role model?
I don't know.
I represent a lot of things. I'm also realistic in a lifestyle. I'm not a saint, and everybody knows that, so I can only be myself. But there's nothing I want more than for people to be themselves.
It's harder for you. For anybody who has the spotlight on them, where people are judged every single move you have, to be able to maintain that comfortableness being yourself. You know what I mean? Because when people have opinions about everything
You're
do,
so right. But now, I don't care. I just now I don't. Another thing is going through this whole, for the past 8 months, everything I've been through, it just led me to this whole I don't give a F in attitude, like, because people say things all the time. Even when you try to please them, it's something else. So the only thing you could do is be you. They're always going to say something. So just relax and enjoy life. And I'm very happy and comfortable with being me.
You seem like you're having a fantastic old time. I'm reading stuff that you're flirting and you're dating and you're engaged to Drake and
Oh boy, really?
And having dates
this
with
the new
Tristan. No, I don't know.
Oh, I was about to say, jeez, give me a break. No, Tristan, I don't even
you
have
didn't
his
even have
number.
his phone number. We heard that. That doesn't really mean that you don't have a BBM address or anything, though.
I have nothing.
All right.
Nothing, and I swear.
Is he your type of guy? Even
no,
anyway?
that's the thing.
I didn't get that.
bummed.
I saw the picture. I thought, really?
Somebody that's hot and older.
You like hot and older.
Of course.
And was there no truth to Drake?
No, me and Drake, we're friends. We're still friends, actually.
And you hung out a couple of times.
Yeah,
Did
a
you
few times.
Did you play with the idea a little? Were you checking him out?
No.
I think you were checking him out. I think you were eyeballing the situation to see.
No, me and Drake, nah.
A little bit.
No, we weren't. We never, no.
Slightly.
You are pushing for Drake.
That makes a fantastic story.
Drake check or something?
Yeah, Drake hollered at me
Right?
before he showed me, trying to tell me to seal the deal for him.
So
you like-
Rashid?
Oh, Rasheed Lewis.
She Lewis?
Never even met him, but apparently I was trying to break him up, his family.
Oh,
Andrew
you.
Bynum, we went on 2 dates. Apparently, never met him either.
So who do you date now at this point?
I'm actually not dating. I just flirt.
Flirting's fun, but at some point,
I'll let you know. I want to date. Dating is exciting.
are you still in? Because you seem so happy and bright and cheery, and I'm thinking, I'm being 100% honest. Like breakups, just without even whatever happened, right? Just breakup in general. A private breakup is
It's terrible.
difficult.
It was difficult.
Are you past that phase? Are you like
Yeah.
fine now, or do you still have moments of?
No,
Is there still crying?
I got through a lot of no.
No more crying?
No, I did enough of that, and I hate crying. So I went through it, but it was a difficult process, and it was a long one. Also, my music helped me a lot.
Get it out.
Being in the studio was like therapeutic. I got to vent, and it was the place where I didn't have any cameras,
Were you crying
any media.
were you crying in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to be.
A few times.
That's probably why you're so happy right now. No, I'm serious. As a
Thank
woman,
you
like
so
you know that
much.
after breakup, when you're finally that moment where you feel like, oh man, I'm okay. You feel super happy.
Yeah. And you don't even realize when you're okay. Because you just, in your mind, you're like just fighting as a fight nonstop with yourself, trying to get through it. And, you know, one day when you see something and it doesn't have the same effect on you as it did before, you realize,
I don't even
wow.
understand, to be honest, how you do that so fast, especially when everything's in your face.
Well, it's been 8 months. It's not that fast.
8 months with everybody asking you questions. 8 months with him putting an album out and his videos everywhere. And
well, he's a musician. That has nothing to do with me. I had my therapy, and that was making my music. And now it's back to work. I got over it, and now I'm free of that. And
are you going to get to a point where you're like, yo, could you guys please stop asking me about this? Are you there yet? Or are you close? Because I'm feeling you out, and I feel like you're almost there.
No. I expect that. I know people are going to ask me about it. It's only natural. I would ask me about it.
What would you want to know? What has not been asked to you?
Oh God, did I set myself up?
You did. You so did. This will be the last thing. What do you feel like hasn't been asked? Is there anything people have missed about your perspective on this, or?
No, I feel like I've been very open.
And there's nothing that people have misunderstood?
Nothing that sticks out.
Right.
Besides them reading into my hand over my eye on my album cover.
Why is your hand over your eye on your album?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?